Hello, this is Solly. I
Hello?
can hear you.
Yeah?
I think you're good.
Okay.
We can hear you. Good.
Okay, good. Sorry about the delay. Welcome to the 2026 Annual General Meeting of International Tower Hill Mines. My name is Marcelo Kim, and I'm the Chair of the Board of Directors of ITH, and I will chair the meeting. If there are no objections, I will appoint Robin Mahood of McCarthy Tetrop LLP, counsel to the company, to act as secretary. I now call the meeting to order. In order to expedite the formal business of the meeting, I will propose all motions, and a seconder is not required. Unless a poll is required by law or otherwise requested by a shareholder or proxy holder on a particular motion, all motions will be decided by a show of hands and/or verbal confirmations. Carl Hahnemann, the Chief Executive Officer of the company, has been duly appointed as a proxy representative and is present in person at the meeting. Shares held by shareholders who have appointed Carl as their proxy representative will be voted in accordance with their instructions. I have the statutory declaration confirming the mailing of the notice of the meeting and associated proxy materials. I move that the reading of the notice of the meeting be dispensed with. Is there any discussion on the motion? All registered shareholders or duly appointed representatives in favor of the resolution, please signify by raising your right hand or by verbal confirmation. Those opposed? The motion is carried. Pravina Naidu, Computershare Investor Services, Inc. will act as scrutineer. I now ask the Secretary to read that report to the meeting.
There are two shareholders in person representing 100,117 shares, 94 shareholders by proxy representing 205,554,502 shares, with a total of 78.60% of the shares of the issued and outstanding voted.
The preliminary report of the scrutineer indicates that a quorum is present. Notice having been given in the proper manner, I declare that this meeting is duly called and is now ready for the transaction of business. I direct that the final report of the scrutineer be filed with the minutes of this meeting. I have a copy of the minutes taken at the last meeting of shareholders held on June 4th, 2025, available for any shareholder to read. I move that these minutes be taken as read and approved in such form. Is there any discussion on the motion? All registered shareholders or duly appointed representatives in favor, please signify by raising your right hand or by verbal confirmation. Those opposed? The motion is carried. I now present the audited financial statements of the company and the auditor's report thereon for the fiscal year ended December 31, 2025. I move that the reading of the auditor's report be dispensed with. Is there any discussion on the motion? All registered shareholders or duly appointed representatives in favor of the resolution, please signify by raising your right hand or by verbal confirmation. Those opposed? The motion is carried. The business and affairs of the company are managed under the direction of the board, which is currently composed of 7 members, including Andrew Cole, Anton Drescher, Carl Hahnemann, Stuart Hershaw, Marcelo Kim, Dr. Del Tully, and Thomas Wang. Accordingly, there are 7 directors to be elected at this meeting. Each of management's nominees, as listed in the proxy statement prepared in connection with this meeting, has consented to act as a director of the company. The company's nominees as directors are Andrew Cole, Anton Drescher, Carl Hahnemann, Stuart Hershaw, Marcelo Kim, Del Tully, Thomas Wang. Are there any further nominations? Hearing none, I declare the nominations closed and move that the management nominees listed in the proxy statement be elected as directors of the company for the ensuing year or until their successors are elected or appointed. All registered shareholders or duly appointed representatives in favor of the resolution, please signify by raising your right hand or by verbal confirmation. All those withholding their votes? The motion is carried. Davidson & Company LLP, the current auditors for the company, or proposals auditors for the company for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2026. Accordingly, I move that Davidson & Company be appointed auditors for the company for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2026, and that the directors be authorized to fix the auditor's remuneration. Is there any discussion on the motion? All registered shareholders or duly appointed representatives in favor of the resolution, please signify by raising your right hand or by verbal confirmation. All those withholding their votes? The motion is carried. Section 14A of the U.S. Securities Exchange Act of 1934 requires the company, not less frequently than every 3 years, to hold a vote, also known as a say-on-pay vote, on an advisory non-binding resolution approving the compensation of executives. The company's current policy is to hold a say-on-pay vote on an annual basis. Details of the compensation of the company's executives were disclosed in the company's proxy statement prepared for this meeting. Accordingly, I move as an advisory non-binding resolution that the compensation paid to the company's named executive officers as disclosed pursuant to item 402 of regulation in this case, including the compensation discussion and analysis, compensation tables, and narrative discussions, is hereby approved. Is there any discussion on the motion? All registered shareholders or duly appointed representatives in favor of the resolution, please signify by raising your right hand or by verbal confirmation. Those opposed? The motion is carried. Is there any other business that may properly be brought before this meeting? As there is no further business that may be properly brought before this meeting, I declare the meeting terminated.